Hello and welcome back to my game, Iteration 8 of Disney Run. I just wanted to preface this video by saying I did a board game, so I used Game Crafter to create my game. I basically just created graphics and submitted them for the files for the parts of my game, and in this video I'm just going to go through each part of the game and explain the graphics behind it. So this is the board game. This is the face of the board game. I have sections for the alibi cards, evidence cards, story cards, and on the bottom, underneath story cards, you have the roll for chance, and it tells you what you get depend on the roll. Because this is a mystery game, kind of like it's kind of like Clue mixed with storytelling. I wanted to make it kind of spooky. This is why you'll see the purple background and stuff. This is the back of the board game. Again, I just wanted to have that spooky vibe because it's a mystery / storytelling board game and you're trying to figure out which villain is the one that took Mickey and his friends, so I thought I would keep with the vibe of mystery / spooky. Now we're going to get to the cards. These are the face of the story cards. It's a storybook and I really like the colors because my colors in this game are very blue, purple, and a mixture of those two, a little bit of green here and there, and I wanted to keep that vibe. So because this has a mixture of blue and purple, in the next picture you'll see that the story cards behind it have a purple and blue gradient. So these are what you see on the back of the story cards. It'll basically, this is just an example, this is the first story card. They all look very similar, just either longer or shorter, depending on which card you get or which card you're on. But yeah, these ones have the blue and purple gradient, and I thought that went really well because of the color scheme that I have. The next cards are the evidence cards, and I thought this was really cool. This is like a police area where you're looking at evidence, the evidence room basically, and these have a blue tint to them. I wanted to keep the alibi and evidence cards kind of separate, so I made the evidence cards a bluish tint, so on the back where you actually read what the evidence is, as you'll see here, is a bluish tint, like a gradient. This is also just another example. It says you find a bitten apple and it smells rotten, which this is obviously the evidence card for the evil queen. Yeah, so I wanted to keep the theme or the color scheme going. In the next scene, you will see the alibi cards, which have a more purplish tint to them. I kept the alibi cards kind of spooky as well. I just wanted the whole vibe to be spooky, but yes, these also have, these have a purple tint to them. So for the face of that card, I decided to go with a more purplish tint as well, the gradient that I liked. This is the gradient that I chose for the alibi cards. It says you come across Cruella trying on her different fur coats, meaning it couldn't have been Cruella, the villain that you're looking for. So yeah. They all look very similar. The font is a constant font throughout my game because I thought it would make it more consistent and detail-oriented and organized. I really like that. The next batch of cards are the villain cards. I really liked this graphic that we had because it's a perfect theme for villains. Like, it's not just one villain, it's multiple. You have Ursula's shell, a crossbone, hearts for Queen of Hearts. I really liked it. And for this one, because I wanted to keep the theme going, I did a darker blue and purple tint for the front. Because as you saw with the story cards, those were both blue and purple, but it was lighter. And because these are villain cards, I really wanted to make it that deep color to make it a little more scary. These cards are just to pick which villain did it. The narrator gets to pick in the beginning. Next up, we have the box that I have created. I really wanted to keep that mystery vibe going here, so I took a graphic of Mickey. Not sure, I think this is a book cover, but I wanted to keep it super mystery, so he's running away from something with the bats in the background and the brick wall behind him that's kind of enclosing him in there. I really like that. Next up, we have the rule sheet. This is just the rules that we have. It just basically explains how the game is played and what you are supposed to do and all that. Again, I went with the blue and purple tint. I really liked it because it kept with the theme. It's just different shades of blue and purple, and I thought that was really cool because it's all different. The second side of the rule sheets would be the pieces, what you have, and make sure you have all the pieces: 11 evidence cards, 11 alibi cards, 11 villain cards, 37 story cards, and 1 die for the roll for chance. I just want to make sure that my players know what they have to have. And so yeah, that's really all the elements of my game. In the next scene, you're going to see the proof of purchase. As you see, I did purchase my game. It's going to ship to me. I purchased it on the 24th. It doesn't stay here, but the ship date is the 10th of October, so I'll be getting it sometime October, November, not really sure. But yeah, I'm really happy with what I've done, and I'm really proud of my work, so thank you.